What's really going on in the tennis world right now? Iga Swiatek is finally smiling again, after ending one of the toughest streaks of her career. Carlos Alcaraz is opening up about his relationship with Jannik Sinner, and Andrey Rublev just made a hilarious comment about the world number one possibly losing soon. But that's not all. There's also major injury news as another top player officially pulls out of the French Open. Let's break down all the biggest tennis stories from Rome and beyond. Welcome back, everyone. The Italian Open is heating up, and with Roland Garros just around the corner, every headline suddenly feels 10 times bigger. From emotional comebacks to growing rivalries and injury concerns, Wednesday gave us plenty to talk about. So make sure to watch until the end, because the latest French Open withdrawal could seriously impact the tournament draw. Let's start with Iga Swiatek. Segment 1. Iga Swiatek finally finds her rhythm again. Iga Swiatek may have just delivered her most important performance of the season. The former world number one absolutely dominated Jessica Pegula in the Rome quarterfinals, winning 6-1, 6-2 in a match that reminded fans exactly why she has been one of the most feared players on clay. And honestly, this result meant more than just reaching another semifinal. For the first time in 2026, Swiatek has finally reached the semifinals of a tournament. That may sound surprising considering her success over the past few years, but this season hasn't been easy for the Polish star. There's been pressure, inconsistency, and questions about whether she was still enjoying competing at the highest level. But after the win, Swiatek looked relaxed, confident, and maybe most importantly, happy. When asked if she was rediscovering her joy on court, she gave a very honest answer. She said, "When you play well, when you feel the ball correctly, and everything is clicking, it becomes easy to enjoy." That statement says a lot, because confidence in tennis changes everything. When a player starts doubting themselves, even simple shots become difficult. But when confidence returns, suddenly the game feels natural again. And now, heading into the business end of the clay season, this version of Swiatek could become extremely dangerous for the rest of the WTA Tour, especially with Roland Garros approaching fast. Remember, she has already won multiple French Open titles, and Paris has historically been her strongest stage. So the big question now is this the beginning of another dominant Swiatek run, or is it just one great tournament performance? We'll find out soon enough. Segment 2, Carlos Alcaraz talks about Jannik Sinner rivalry. Meanwhile, on the men's side, Carlos Alcaraz gave fans a fascinating insight into his rivalry with Jannik Sinner. Alcaraz is currently sidelined with a wrist injury, but even while recovering, he's still one of the biggest talking points in tennis. In a recent interview with Vanity Fair, the Spanish superstar discussed his relationship with Sinner, the player many believe will define the next generation of men's tennis alongside him. And what Alcaraz said was incredibly mature. He explained that although both players are fighting for the exact same goals, there's no reason for hatred between them. That's interesting because tennis rivalries are often built around tension and drama. Think about some of the legendary rivalries in sports. History, many were fueled by conflict, mind games, or personal dislike. But Alcaraz seems to view things differently. He admitted that being close friends while competing at this level is difficult because both players want the same trophies, rankings, and achievements. Still, he made it clear that respect matters more than rivalry. And honestly, that's one reason fans love this new generation. The competition between Alcaraz and Sinner feels intense on court, but respectful off it. Every time they play, it feels like the future of tennis is happening right in front of us. Different styles, different personalities, same incredible level. And with Novak Djokovic nearing the later stages of his career, many fans believe Alcaraz and Sinner are preparing to take over men's tennis completely. The scary part? Both are still incredibly young, which means this rivalry might only be getting started. Segment 3, Rublev jokes about Sinner's winning streak. Speaking of Sinner, the world number one just keeps winning. Jannik Sinner extended his incredible winning streak to 26 matches after defeating Andrea Pellegrino in Rome. At this point, stopping Sinner is starting to look almost impossible. His consistency has been unbelievable. His movement looks sharper than ever, and mentally he seems completely locked in. But before facing Sinner in the quarterfinals, Andrey Rublev gave one of the funniest interviews of the tournament. Rublev joked that the more matches Sinner wins, the closer he gets to finally losing. And honestly, That logic somehow makes perfect sense. But Rublev also admitted something very honest. When asked if he was excited to face Sinner, he basically said, "No, I'd rather play someone else." That answer perfectly shows how intimidating Sinner has become right now. Players respect him, fans expect him to win, and opponents know they have to play near-perfect tennis just to have a chance. Still, Rublev is dangerous. When his aggressive game catches fire, he can trouble anyone on tour. So even though Sinner enters as the favorite, this match could still become one of the most entertaining battles of the Italian Open. And if Sinner wins again, the conversation around his dominance is only going to grow louder. Segment 4. Lorenzo Musetti withdraws from French Open. Unfortunately, not all the news coming from Rome was positive. Lorenzo Musetti has officially withdrawn from the 2026 French Open. The Italian star revealed that he suffered a rectus femoris injury after his loss to Casper Ruud. According to Musetti, the injury will require several weeks of rest and recovery. That's a huge disappointment, especially for Italian fans. Musetti has become one of the most exciting clay court players to watch over the past few seasons. His creativity, shot-making, and variety make him incredibly entertaining, especially on slower surfaces like clay. And many people believed he could make a deep run at Roland Garros this year. Instead, he now joins a growing list of players forced to miss the tournament because of injury. This is also another reminder of how physically demanding the clay season can be. Long rallies, sliding movement, endless endurance battles. By the time players reach Paris, many are already carrying physical problems. And sadly for Musetti, his body just couldn't hold up this time. Fans will now hope he can recover fully before the grass season begins. So those are the biggest tennis stories right now. Iga Swiatek may finally be finding her confidence again. Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner continue, building what could become the defining rivalry of the next decade. Sinner's winning streak keeps growing, and Lorenzo Musetti has unfortunately been ruled out of the French Open. But now I want to hear from you. Do you think Swiatek can win another French Open title? And who do you think has the brighter future, Alcaraz or Sinner? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest tennis updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.